White House here behind me, where Donald Trump is spending his first night in 4 years, sworn in earlier today as the 47th president. A day like we've rarely seen, the historic return to the presidency.
Consider this, January 20, 2025. Thousands of supporters wave "Make America Great Again" banners along the National Mall in Washington, D.C. as Donald J. Trump is about to take the oath of office for the second time and become the 47th President of the United States. The atmosphere is charged with excitement. This is a momentous time in American politics as Trump returns to power following a turbulent first term, a divisive post-presidency, and a spectacular comeback campaign. However, what may a second Trump administration entail? How might his vision for America, leadership style, and policies change over time? And how will the globe and the nation be affected if he returned? We'll examine the possible outcomes, difficulties, and ramifications of a Trump inauguration in 2025 in this video. The road to 2025, Trump's comeback campaign. Donald Trump's journey to a second inauguration would be nothing short of dramatic. After losing the 2020 election to Joe Biden, Trump refused to concede, claiming widespread voter fraud and launching numerous legal challenges. Although these efforts failed to overturn the election results, they solidified his base and kept him at the center of the Republican Party. Throughout 2021 and 2022, Trump remained a dominant figure in American politics, endorsing candidates, holding rallies, and teasing a potential 2024 run. By 2023, Trump officially announced his candidacy for the 2024 presidential election, framing it as a battle to save America from what he described as the failures of the Biden administration. His campaign focused on issues like immigration, economic recovery, and America First policies, while also capitalizing on the grievances of his supporters. Despite facing primary challenges from within the Republican Party, Trump's base remained loyal, and he secured the nomination. The 2024 general election was one of the most divisive in modern history. Trump's opponent, likely a Democrat like Kamala Harris or a rising star within the party, campaigned on a platform of unity and progress. However, Trump's message of restoring America's greatness resonated with millions, particularly in key battleground states. After a hard-fought campaign, Trump emerged victorious, setting the stage for his return to the White House. Inauguration Day 2025, a historic moment. On January 20, 2025, Donald Trump stood on the steps of the U.S. Capitol, flanked by his family, advisors, and a mix of loyalists and newcomers to his administration. The ceremony is a spectacle, with performances by country music stars, patriotic displays, and a speech that echoes the themes of his campaign: nationalism, populism, and a promise to put America first. In his inaugural address, Trump reflects on the challenges the country has faced over the past 4 years: economic struggles, social unrest, and a perceived decline in global standing. He vows to restore American pride, rebuild the economy, and secure the nation's borders. His speech is met with thunderous applause from his supporters, while critics watch with apprehension, fearing what a second Trump presidency might bring. The second Trump administration, key priorities and policies. A second Trump presidency would likely focus on several key areas, building on the policies and priorities of his first term, while also addressing new challenges. Here are some of the major initiatives we might expect. Immigration and border security. Trump's hardline stance on immigration was a cornerstone of his first term, and it would likely be a top priority in his second. Expect a renewed push for border wall construction, stricter immigration enforcement, and policies aimed at reducing both legal and illegal immigration. Trump might also seek to end birthright citizenship and implement new restrictions on asylum seekers. Economic policy. Trump's economic agenda would likely focus on tax cuts, deregulation, and trade policies designed to boost American industries. He might push for a new round of tax reforms, targeting middle-class families and small businesses, while also rolling back environmental and labor regulations. On trade, Trump could continue his America First approach, renegotiating deals like NAFTA and imposing tariffs on countries he views as unfair trading partners. Foreign policy. Trump's foreign policy would likely emphasize nationalism and unilateralism. He might seek to withdraw from international agreements and organizations, such as the Paris Climate Accord or the World Health Organization, while strengthening alliances with like-minded leaders. Relations with China would remain tense, with a focus on trade imbalances, intellectual property theft, and military competition. Trump might also continue his efforts to broker peace deals in the Middle East, building on the Abraham Accords. Social and cultural issues. Trump's second term would likely see a continued focus on social and cultural issues that resonate with his base. This could include efforts to restrict abortion rights, protect religious freedoms, and push back against what he describes as cancel culture and wokeism. Trump might also take a hardline stance on law and order, supporting police and cracking down on protests and civil unrest. Healthcare. Healthcare would remain a contentious issue in a second Trump presidency. While repealing and replacing the Affordable Care Act, Obamacare, proved elusive during his first term, Trump might make another attempt, proposing a new healthcare plan focused on market-based solutions and reduced government involvement. Challenges and controversies. A second Trump presidency would not be without its challenges and controversies. Here are some of the key issues he would likely face. Apolitical polarization. Trump's return to power would deepen the political divide in the United States. His critics would view his presidency as a threat to democracy, while his supporters would see it as a necessary corrective to the direction of the country. This polarization could lead to increased social unrest, protests, and even violence. Legal and ethical issues. Trump's presidency would likely be dogged by legal and ethical challenges, including ongoing investigations into his business dealings, tax returns, and potential conflicts of interest. These issues could overshadow his policy agenda and create constant distractions. International relations. Trump's America First approach could strain relations with traditional allies, particularly in Europe. His willingness to engage with authoritarian leaders, such as Vladimir Putin or Kim Jong-un, could also draw criticism and raise concerns about the erosion of democratic values on the global stage. Economic uncertainty. While Trump's economic policies might boost certain sectors, they could also create uncertainty in others. Tariffs and trade wars could lead to higher prices for consumers and disrupt global supply chains. Additionally, the long-term impact of tax cuts and deregulation on the national debt and income inequality could become significant issues. The legacy of a second Trump presidency. A second Trump presidency would leave a lasting impact on the United States and the world. His policies and leadership style would shape the direction of the country for years to come. Trump's return to power would also have profound implications for the Republican Party, solidifying its transformation into a populist, nationalist movement. For his supporters, a second Trump presidency would represent the fulfillment of a promise to restore America's greatness. For his critics, it would be a continuation of the chaos and division that characterized his first term. Regardless of where one stands on the political spectrum, there's no denying that a Trump 2025 inauguration would be a historic and transformative moment. Inauguration Day 2025. Donald Trump's return to power would be a moment of triumph for his supporters and a source of anxiety for his critics. As he takes the oath of office for the second time, the nation would brace itself for another chapter in the Trump era, one that promises to be just as controversial, polarizing, and consequential as the first. Whether you viewed his return as a cause for celebration or concern, how do you think it would impact the country and the world? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth analysis of political topics. Thanks for watching.